even though we couldn't make it into the final of the African Games and all of that. But now we're looking ahead, and we're looking ahead to what we can do as a collective to ensure that we set up the building blocks properly. You have experience. You experience as under 18 coach of the Right to Dream Academy, which in terms of the building blocks and setting up foundations in football is an established, a brand and an established institution. Now, you find yourselves there. You find yourself there. As we speak, we still are not active and are not showing in the age-specific competition on both ends for male football, for female football, men's football, women's football. You have been part of that era that was really active in the 90s, and we're going for these competitions, and we're going through a succession system. But now it's all not exactly properly linked, and it's very disjointed. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, for me, I think it's a very important point that we should look at, and I'm very happy that I'm part of this conversation. When you look back, I wanted to start from the way back, the way our previous coaches, our previous management of the FA handled things, and then we were successful at that time. I can remember the only thing they were doing is they make sure that they have 99.7 FM. Our academicals very competitive in terms of inter-schools, very competitive because some of us and most of the players that made it or made our national teams very attractive, I think most of them came through those academicals. I can mention a lot of names that the country benefited from the academicals level. You're looking at Sule Mutari, myself, Michael Essien. We all played in the Milo Games and all these youth tournaments with golds level and all that. I know a lot of people have been talking about that as a roadmap to bring our football to where it belongs to. But for me, it's not. It doesn't have to be only talk, but we have to put in the work that can help us achieve that. Again, so for me, I think the most important thing is first of all, we should have a proper scouting team, because without proper scouting, I don't think we can have a solid team that can help our soccer come to where it belongs, because we need a proper scouting team that can collaborate with the technical team that is being picked by the FA. If I say technical team, it's not just about any technical team, a competent ones that the FA believes they can help the country. Competent technical team that they know they are well educated, that when they are passing all the knowledge on to these kids that will be picked to represent the country, they are sure that they are competent enough to deliver or help these kids grow. I think also the most important thing, one of the most important thing is put structures into places well, and then also we look at infrastructure. I know a lot of people talk about infrastructure. Our time with the U15s, I think we were camping in Winneba. I know our pitches at Winneba. It's not the best. It's not the best, but we have a lot of groundsmen taking care of the pitches. And for some of us, at that time, it's like Wembley for us. Early morning, we see them cutting the grass. That back then, people, the management at the Winneba Sports College did a very good job. That's why all the national teams were camping there, because we have good fields. It's not the best, but at that time, at least we had something that we can boast of. We have two pitches, one at the top close to the dorm area, and then we have one at the bottom closer to the tennis courts, which for me I think is good. It's well taken care of. Two pitches, but it's well taken care of, which we can sometimes have about 3-4 national teams camping there. At some point, we had local clubs coming to come there because they have good facility that players can train and then develop. So for me, infrastructure and it's been a while now that you can see Wembley Sports have been trying all its best to put up. We've done a lot of good astroturfs around the country, which for me, I think the government should focus on and then try to do more of astroturfs and then try to have do it well, not just do the turf and that's it. The development around it that can have make the players comfortable when they come there to train. We're talking of proper dressing rooms. We're talking of proper coaches' office. I know sometimes people feel, okay, it's the pitch that we're looking for. So they just do the pitch and that's it. But then again, there are so many things that happens
and
on the pitch before.
on a very light note, I mean, the dressing rooms in some places even becomes a problem. And now we're coaches.
Yeah, I know, Nat, I know, but it's part of the infrastructure. It's part.
Yes.
For me, the way I work, I don't want to just get up and come on the field and be scratching my head. Oh, what am I doing today? What am I doing tomorrow? I want to have a plan before getting on the grass. You know, so if my training grounds are, I wake up early morning, I go straight to my office, stay there looking at the pitch, doing, then ideas comes into my head. You know, after training, you need to go back, evaluate the session and all that. So we need to have those things closer to our training facilities. And then one important thing also is for us to have national players. When I talk about national players, is let's say, for example, the under 17s that I went around the region to select. I still believe most of them are still qualified to play for the next up and coming under 17s. But I guarantee you, not even one player will be in the current selection now. You know, and for me,
why do you say that? I mean, you say they have the quality, so why can't they make the grade for the next selection?
Yeah, for me, I know I came in and tried to build something for the country, you know, but it's something that I started already. I've started already. Now I'm not there anymore, but I guarantee you, it's not about their performance, but the other coach that comes in also have his beliefs, also have his is the type of players that he believes can help him achieve whatever he wants to achieve. Because the FA have given the mandate to coaches to select or do what they want, because they don't have proper structure with the scouting team, proper what do you call it, style of playbook that the scouting team and the technical team can work hand in hand and understand that, okay, this is the profile of players we're looking for. This is the type of players the national team is looking for. Like other countries that you can see, they have youth team today, but let's say in 4 or 5 years' time, you see the same team and the same technical team growing through the ranks and get to the first team to get results. When the Spanish team won so many things together, it got to a point that they were struggling. They were struggling because the likes of Iniesta, Xavi, and all those players that they built that were giving them results, they started aging and fading out. They were struggling between those years because they started building something important, something that the time that Iniesta and those people were playing in the first team, they already have U17s, U20 players that they know after 3-4 years they are going to represent the country. So they pay particular attention to those players like Javi, and all those people now. Iñaki Williams and all those Williams brothers. all of them, they were focusing on those people, and now they are representing the country now for the Spanish team. Unlike U17 team comes today, as soon as the coach is not there anymore, nobody cares about what he's built already. Like my U17, for example, like the reason why I said I guarantee you that you will not see even one or two players in that is as soon as I left, I don't think the FA have even picked a phone and then tried to contact one of the players that I had in the squad. I don't think they've done that. If they've done that, I'm yet to know.
I realized, during that period when you were Black Starlets coach, that you had this very strong bond with them, and you could see. I mean, when you left, I remember a goal was scored, and they had some inscriptions which they displayed in solidarity with you. Do you still communicate with them? Do they still come to you, talk to you about their careers and what they want to do, the decisions they want to take?
Yeah, for me, the way I was brought up as a coach, as a youth coach, I every team that I've had my hands on, the first thing I tell the boys is, I'm building a family. They should see me as their parent, and I'm seeing them as my children. So I've had that bond with every team that I've coached, every youth team that I've coached. When you look at my time with Right to Dream, I still have. I still keep in touch with most of them. Nuama, Enokotu, Adingra, all those players that came through me, I still keep in touch. I always make it clear to them that I'm building a family, and I try to keep in touch. The U17s, almost now and then, even from the Sabia group, I still keep in touch. Once a while, I share my number with them. Once a while, they send me messages. If some of them need advice, I advise them. If some of them need a recommendation, I've been doing that. Even yesterday, one of the goalkeepers that I took to Serbia, he was the third goalkeeper. He even called me that he got a contract in Europe, and the club coach wanted to speak with me. Immediately, I shared my number with him, and I asked him to tell the coach to call me. Yesterday, I had a fantastic conversation, solid recommendation for the boy. So for me, I see these kids as my kids, and I always made it clear to them that they should see me as their father figure. So I've been very close to them. That's how come when I left, they were disappointed, one, and also they feel there is something we have to achieve together. There is something that we're building together, but we couldn't make it. So they were disappointed also, and they see the disappointment from me. That's why they support. They knew something big has left, and for me, I don't think it's the end. I think it's meant to happen, and it's good that happened. So sometimes some situations happens for a reason. So
very well.
We still keep our head up and continue what we're doing.
Very well. You've more or less taken the question away from me, because I was about to go into that decision you took. You remember that in our private conversations, I mentioned to you that I was one of the people who disagreed with your leaving, because I saw more, you doing more with that, under 17 team. On hindsight, do you still stand by this? I think you've said it, but then on hindsight, would you probably have done something a little differently, if you were in that saddle? Because, like I said again, this is a very personal opinion. I feel that whether or not we qualified to the finals of the competition, you should have stayed on.
Yeah, I should have stayed on, and this is what I wish to do. This is what I wish to do. That's why I left FC Nochiland to come to Ghana and then try to build something and grow with them to the highest level. But the environment wasn't friendly for me. If I say the environment isn't friendly, there are a lot of things that I will talk about it, but I don't think it's the right time for me to talk about it. But at that moment, I feel the environment is not. I felt the environment is not friendly with me, and if I'm not careful, it's not going to help my career.
Like
So that's why.
before you continue, this was the same, so-called unfriendly environment that existed, which you probably may have known about before you took up the appointment.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. But one person have to step up and then try to change something. And for me, the idea is to come in and then try to change the perception of how our football is being handled in the country, which I did. I tried my best. But one thing you should know, I was alone, and the people that I was working with felt I'm one of the odd person that doesn't agree with their principles that they use in governing our soccer. So the best thing for me is to step away and then make them have their way, because for me, I think our football need to be handled in properly. Sorry to say, but from where I'm sitting, I don't think it's very appropriate for a coach who has been appointed, and the management member and the coach is having his selection, and the coach try to build a team, and then he asks a player to stay out of the team for now, drop a player, and then the management member will call the coach and tell the coach who is he to drop his player. He doesn't. Not. I hope you are getting me here.
Yeah. So for you, it's the disrespect and the disregard for your role, and the interference. If I get you right.
I might say, in my time, interference, I stopped everyone for interfering in what I'm doing. I stopped everyone. But for me, one thing we should know, they are the people running the show. So if they appoint you and they are not getting their way, they will find everything to frustrate you. For example, I have a team that I've built for 3-4 months. We have 2 weeks to go into a tournament, and someone have to call in and tell me, "Hey, coach, can you drop 2 players and replace them with my player?" 2 weeks to a tournament, a major tournament. 2 weeks to a major tournament. I don't think that's fair on the coach, and that's fair on the players, because that 2 players, even if you bring Messi, Ronaldo, all the top players in the world to come into that team, that moment, they will be lost. Because the way I train my team, I have principles governing all phases of play. Principles. Every position that you find the ball, on the ball and off the ball, my players should know the principles governing what they can do on the ball, what they can do off the ball. And the new players that are coming 2 weeks before the tournament, I don't think they can gel up. So it became an issue. Two, we have the team in camp already. All of a sudden, they bring a whole group of under 17 to camp, the same camp that we are staying. And then I had a call that then they gave them 2 coaches. Then they told me, go and watch their training and see if some of them can fit into your squad that is going to play the tournament. And for me, I wasn't happy, but I did. Of course, the players that came to camp, they are all Ghanaians. I managed to find like 4 players out of that. But the plan is progression to the next phase of the tournament, because it's too close. So all the 4 players, I only put 1, but left the 3 out. But those teams that they brought to camp were in camp. And then anytime we have a tournament, we have a match in the game, these are the players that they bring from camp to come and be ball boys. They were the ball boys for our games, only our games. So imagine that if I'm an under 17 player. I'm on the pitch, and then look around and look at and see the ball boy is someone that is playing in the same position. It puts pressure on me. So for me, there are so many things that distracted us. But I was so proud of that squad. I was so proud of the boys, the kind of football they put up, the kind of game they play. I think we losing the game against Burkina, our semi-final, it happens in the game. For me, looking at all the games that we played, we dominated our opponents. That we should be able to at least get to the final, but it happened for a reason. So these are some of the things that for me, I look at all these things and then realize, no, I don't think this environment is friendly. So the best way for me is to step aside and also beginning of the tournament, the kind of threats I had from the people running the FA.
You were threatened.
A meeting.
Yes. What kinds of threats were they issuing to you?
Yeah. So let's say beginning of the tournament. Okay, the management of the FA came to meet the team meeting. Words of encouragement and all that, and then someone opened his mouth and said, "If you don't win the game against Ivory Coast tomorrow, your coach is going to lose his job."
I see.
You understand what I mean? That You understand where I'm coming from? If you don't win the game against Ivory Coast tomorrow, your coach is going to lose his job. It's a threat. For me, sitting down and listening to what is coming to me, it's a threat. So all those big time, that's when I realized, I don't think the environment is good for me at the moment. I think I need to think about it again to do something about it. So I'm very disappointed. As I went, trust me, as anytime that thing comes to mind, I share tears. I share tears because of what myself and my technical team, which I appreciate them a lot, they are so amazing. Their work ethics is phenomenal. I can't take anything away from them. When we started, I brought the idea to the FA that this is what I want to do. This is how I want to scout my players. And the FA supported it, which I appreciate. I went all over the regions for 1 month, 2 weeks. We went all over the regions. We don't go home. We go region to region, traveling on the van, region to region. And I will tell you, at the end of everything, almost all of us got sick on the way. Almost all of us got sick. But we put in the effort to build the team. But I saw that that team is not there anymore. At least, even if I'm not there, I believe this group of players can be kept, and then FA should take advantage of that group. I don't think they're doing that.
Well, if you just joined us, we're here on the Joy Sports Link or Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Nathaniel Attoh, and we're having this conversation with Laryea Kingston, ex-Ghana international, and now a coach, a developmental coach. A developmental coach who is pursuing his coaching career in the United States of America. And of course, he is looking forward to doing even more with the talents that he's developing over there. We've been delving into a range of issues, especially those of foundation of organizing our juvenile football here in this country, and what should be done. Some of the unfortunate practices which we should do away with. And of course, he's been zeroing in on his Black Starlets experience. He's played in that team before, and coaching it was a very, very brief period. And he's been giving reasons why he had to take the decision he took to walk away at a certain time when the team had not qualified into the final stages of the competition. Keep in your messages. Keep your messages coming. Remember, it's +233 55 11 997 or 055 11 997. It's 055 11 997. Mr. Johan Amorin is an architect. He is a regular listener to this show. And he says, "Good afternoon, boss. I'm so excited that Laryea Kingston has UEFA License B and preparing for License A. I'm looking forward to seeing him with UEFA Pro License. I have been advocating for a long, long time that our football coaches seek and acquire UEFA Pro licenses. I was very disappointed when Coach Kwesi Appiah was paid off after Brazil and he didn't use his earnings to seek support and get a UEFA License B, A, and Pro. Kudos to Laryea Kingston. Thank you very, very much for that message.
Sorry to cut you.
Sure, go ahead.
I have the A already, and I'm on my way to the Pro.
Very well, very well, very well. So Laryea already has the A, and he's on his way to eventually getting certification for the UEFA Pro license. By what time do you project to get this done? What are the timelines?
A year. It takes a year and a half. So hopefully by next year summer, I should have it.
Great stuff there. 055-11-11997. Keep your messages coming. We'll be glad to share on all the subjects. And of course, let us know where you stand and what your views are on some of the points that are made during this conversation. 055-11-11997. 055-11-11997. The other West African countries, and I want to zero in on West Africa because a lot of the time you see Ghana struggle against some West African nations. Case in point is Burkina Faso, whom you played. I remember very well that in your years in the Black Stars team, you also spoke about the emergence of some of these teams, the Malis, the Burkina Fasos, and all of that, who seem to be learning something. Today, we see Senegal doing some amazing stuff. At a certain point, within the last 2 or 3 years, they were holding all the titles in all the 8 specific competitions in our football. What can we learn? What can we learn from these countries? Because they are definitely doing something right.
For me, I think consistency in their selection helped them. So when you look at the Senegalese team, they were building the team for a long time. When Diop, all of them were doing so well in the world, they were developing their academies very, very well, their youth football very, very well. That's how come after Diop and all those people left, they still have Sadio Mané and all those players that stood up to take that position, and you can see they're doing well, and then won the African Cup. Not only players, Aliou Cisse, they built him very, very well. That's how come he did so well with the team that he was coaching. And then now, when you look at it, after Aliou Cisse left, the coach that came in is someone that when Aliou Cisse was there, he was the youth coach, the under-17 coach, the under-20 coach, and now that Aliou Cisse is not there, he's with the senior national team. And most of the players that he had from the youth, they are with him there. So you can see the transition going on. So for me, I think it's something that we should learn as a country. We should be able to make sure we put the right people at the right positions, give people that deserve to have the job, and I think it's going to help us a lot. But for me, if we continue to give coaching jobs to our friends and family and all those people, I don't think it's going to help us. We should have competent people in office, in positions, and then make sure we should be consistent in scouting, consistent in hiring technical teams.
Let's talk about Ghana. And once again, we have a group of friends who believe very strongly that you should be aiming for the top, which is the topmost job one day in the future, which is to lead Ghana's national team. But as things stand now, I mean, you've moved on from the Black Starlets. You are specializing in developmental football. Um, Obviously, then we shouldn't discount the possibility of you coming back to that role. There's a possibility you may come back to that role or not.
Yeah, for me, I'm Ghanaian, and even today, if the FA or Ghana believe that I can still contribute to Ghana soccer, why not? Why not? It's something that is close to my heart that I want to achieve. It's something that I want to do. If I have a call today that I should come back and continue where I stopped, why not? And then also getting to the top, to the senior national team. I think I'm always ready to get there. You know, I was talking to my agent, and he looked at me and then he said to me, "Hey, Kingston, for me, I think you've done youth football for a while. You've done youth football for almost 7, 8 years, and what you've done there at that level so far, for me, it says it all. So I think it's right about time for me to think about first team environment now. You know, because when you look at the way I coach, the way I build teams, I think it's right about time now. It's time for me to look at getting into first team environment now. And the only thing I told him is I've been thinking about it also, because I've done this for 8 years, and then thinking about it, I think it's right about time for me to find myself in the first team football, because now my strength has grown to development, to from development into management now, because now I can see myself understanding how to manage first team environment, manage individual players and a group as well. So I can see my strength now getting into that area, and if I have an opportunity today, I think I'm ready, all the tools to manage, or even not even the players, the technical team around me, because since I moved here, the feedback I get from the owners, the feedback I get from my colleagues at work has been very positive and very encouraging. So, like you said, even today, if I have a call to come in and help support, even through all the national teams, I'm ever ready to come back, because that's what I want to do. You know, I'm Ghanaian, and it's sad to see the country that love the game so much. Now, the people of Ghana, they struggle. Everybody that I talk to, everybody, even yesterday, I was talking to a woman that is in Ghana, and then he was like, "Oh, come on, I don't want to even hear Ghana football again. I don't want to see that." And sometimes it's sad. Some of that, as we've been ambassadors to try perception of Ghanaians. Anytime we hear someone saying that, we try to make sure we feed them with positives that it can be better. So, Nat, like you rightly said, I would love to come back. I would love to come back if the environment becomes much better for me. Because one thing you should know, when you are being hired in somewhere, in a place, you need a support from your employers. You need 100% support from your employers. They should make it, the environment, very friendly for you to enjoy or bring the best out of you. Without that, I don't think it can work. If the environment is very friendly, very supportive to all the coaches, I'm always ready to come back.
I see. There's always talk about the licenses that we acquire, to ensure that we're participating professionally in these sporting disciplines. You are going on to a UEFA Pro license. There's been a bit of a debate over the years about, the depth of the training under UEFA and that of the Confederation of African Football, where you have a B certification. Now, where do you stand on this particular conversation about the curriculum that is run for the CAF, certificates, as against that of Europe? Because ideally, as I said, in terms of value in the world of football, a CAF license A should be equivalent to a UEFA A or probably a Pro, and others. Where do you stand on this conversation?
Yeah, that's a very good question. You know, when you look at licensing and licensing, for example, I don't think CAF license is far away from the European licensing. The only difference is, you know, soccer is Europe. Soccer, football is Europe. So definitely, that's where the big guns wanted to go. You know, so when you talk about licensing, I think CAF licensing, the curriculum in CAF licensing is also solid. Yeah, but it depends on how your federation runs your curriculum. You know, CAF will give, okay, this is the criteria that we're looking for. This is the criteria that you have to meet for us to pass your participants. You know, other federations have it from CAF, but it depends on how the federation will handle it. You know, and for me, I think Ghana Federation should do better on that. Being said that is, you know, the last time I did my UEFA B license, my group, I think in a tough B license, I think it's in 2016, 17, almost 10 years. Next year will be 10 years. They've never done UEFA B, CAF B license again. They've never done CAF B license again. I know they're running a lot of courses, C license, D license, and all that. What happens to the people that finished their B license 9, 10 years ago? There will be stampede. They're running a lot of B, C, D licensing. What happens to the B license group that did it in 2016, 2017? So there is space between 2016 to 2025 now that coaches are there. They are willing to improve themselves. Now, I will tell you, I did my first coaching license in Ghana, which is my B license, CAF license. I was waiting to do my CAF A license because I like to learn. I keep asking, when are we doing the A? When are we doing that? Because I want to grow and develop. I like educating myself. Stories over and over again. Then I have no choice than to go to Europe to go and further my coaching education. Imagine I'm sitting down and waiting for CAF or waiting for Ghana FA to improve my education in coaching. I'll be sitting down waiting, like my colleagues, Gordon Attoh is still waiting. Mention all the former players that did their B license, CAF B license in my time. They're still waiting. You know, so I was lucky enough to have the opportunity because I played in Europe. I played to the highest level in Europe. So I was given opportunity to jump into UEFA B license as soon as possible. And after I finished my B license, the following year, I enrolled myself into the A license as soon as possible because I played to the highest level in Europe. They considered that. So that's how come I acquired my A license. You know, I believe Ghana Federation should do more in educating, improving the way they run their licensing. Because at the end of the day, if the coaches are well educated, that's when they go back to their clubs and then educate their players very well. That's when our football, our local game will look attractive. You know, but if coaches are not well educated, they come there and then they do what they can do and then go away. They have to know that anything they are passing on to their team is well calculated, and then the power behind it should be strong. They should know what they are doing. That's how I should say it. But without coaching education, our soccer cannot grow, because you can see even Pep Guardiola is struggling. Even Pep Guardiola is struggling. If you watch him now, he's stressed out because he can't. Coaches have developed themselves and now giving him a lot of competition. So he can't figure it out. It will take him time for him to leave the space that he's in and then move into different level before he can match up. Look at how many games he's losing. Like 5-6 years ago, he was invisible. Nobody can touch him, But now, a lot of coaches are educating themselves. Even if they have a small team, they can challenge him, and he finds it difficult to beat them. So for me, I think it's a very important thing. And when you look at CAF licensing and UEFA, no big difference. But the way we treat our coaching courses need to be improved.
The way we treat our coaching courses needs to be improved. Words of Laryea Kingston, who is joining us from Florida, the state of Florida in the United States of America, where he is practicing as an academy coach, a development coach. Remember, he's already mentioned that he is working on getting his UEFA Pro license. Send in your messages 055 11997 055 11997. 25 minutes past 1 p.m. here on the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM. In terms of structure, what would you want to see us do so we project that maybe in the next 5 years we can win the Under-17 FIFA World Cup again and continue with the system of progression that we used to, and that system of progression that the likes of you came through and were able to play for the national team?
Yeah, for me, I think they should try and scout or recruit technical team, strong technical team first. And that technical team, for now, they shouldn't even go close to the Black Stars. They should be between the U17s and the U20s. These two groups, the technical team should be around that area. If I say technical team, including analysts, including scouts and coaches, these areas, they should recruit them first, and they should make sure, check their background. They are competent enough to do the job, and take away selfish interests around that group, and believe in them, trust them. They should, the technical team that they will recruit or scout, they should come and do presentation to them that they are competent enough to have that job. And then make sure they are well paid, well taken care of, so that they will also be comfortable to give in their best. That's the one thing. Two, then the technical team should take it in their hands to make sure they go out there and scout the best players for the country, and have a plan. We have all the competitions lined up and have a proper plan how we're going to approach it. I know we have a DNA that the FA gave out
that were using to clamp down on age cheating, right? The DNA test.
Again, say that again.
Yeah, you were talking about the tests, or you were talking about the standard test that helps the FA to clamp down on issues of age cheating and all of that.
Yes, it's not about the age cheating. As for the age cheating, in my time, I tried to regulate it. That's why I was at the hospital for the MRI. I make sure the right people goes through, because I believe if you bring a right age player and you believe in your abilities to educate him, if you educate him well, the player can grow and become the best that he can be if you are educating him well. I don't believe when you are older, you raise your age and all that, you can achieve that. If you have proper technical team that know what he's doing and can educate the group, I think you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. So for me, I don't think age cheating can help us achieve that. All we have to do is to recruit, scout proper technical team that knows how and they know what they are doing. That can, and then like I was saying, and then try to scout proper the right players that can help us, right players that can fit into the DNA that the FA put up, and then one important thing also is the DNA that the FA have put up. It shouldn't be stuck. Every year they should visit it again.
Okay, you're talking about the football DNA, which is the document that goes to explain the technical elements of our game.
Exactly. So like I think they brought it up like last year. I believe every year we have to revisit it because the coaches have it and the coaches are running it. But as a coach, if you give me your style of play today, if I'm working with your style of play throughout the year, at the end of the year, as a coach, I should be able to understand that, okay, this area, I can improve it with the knowledge that I have. It needs to be improved. So every year, all the coaches should sit down and then the FA should give each coach one topic to come and talk about it and then tell the FA how we can develop that style of play. Because football is going up every time. It's improving all the time. Every year, new style, new ideas is coming in. So when we leave it there, we will be stuck. So that we can grow with the way the world football is going. So that's also a major area that we should look at. And then of course I would say it over and over and over again, because the way I want my team to play, I want my team to always have the ball on the turf, put the ball on the ground and play. The ball should move fast. So I want my pitch to be fast. That's why I always want water on the pitch so that the ball can move fast, because I want to play fast. The way I play, I want to keep the ball. I want the opponent to chase the ball. So the infrastructure, we need to focus and do it well. And I keep saying, we are not disciplined managing grass pitches. If we can have grass pitch, fine. But the AstroTurf is easy to manage. And I've been in Ghana and I've witnessed what Wembley Sports is doing. I keep mentioning it. I've played on every other AstroTurf new AstroTurf in Ghana. Is they are going to open that AstroTurf. I've been part of it. So I've played on AstroTurfs that Wembley Sports have done. I've constructed and other AstroTurf that is not Wembley. And I can see the quality that Wembley brings up for the country. So for me, it's one area that the government should look into. Try to call the management of Wembley Sports and make sure they empower them to put up quality and more AstroTurfs in the country. In the infrastructure is where we can develop players. Back in the days, you say, okay, kick long ball, chase it, kick long ball, chase it. That's English football. Now, even English soccer has changed. The English themselves understand that, long ball, second ball will not help them anymore. Everybody wants to play good football. And the good football is being played on the turf, on the pitch, on the ground. So we need to improve our infrastructures as well.
Still here on the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM. Today I'll do my best to get in some calls so you can, place a few direct questions to Laryea Kingston. In a bit, we'll also be talking about his new role, which he's been on for some months now in development football. And this message from Daniel Amwating says, Nat, what advice does Laryea have for Stephen Appiah as a member of the Black Stars Management Committee towards the World Cup qualification and the general improvement of their game? Okay, so I'll have Laryea answer this question at this time. So keep the messages coming. Let me quickly get into a few of these. Okay, great. So this one is from Ajingo the Man. Okay, Ajingo the Man, thank you very much for this message. It reads, good afternoon, Nat. Thank you for keeping you. Thank God for keeping you. It's a very nice interview. For some of us, we thought that the way Laryea left the under-17 boys was too harsh, but the cat has been let out of the bag, and now I understand. Okay, Ajingo, Thank you very much. Let me see if I could just quickly get the last part of the message. Okay. Okay, this is another one. Good day, Nathaniel. Please tell Mr. Kurt Okreku that it's the obligation of the criminals and murderers to give themselves to the law enforcement agencies. Then the police will be paid for no work done. Secondly, okay, so let me go over it again. Good day, Nathaniel. Please tell Mr. Kurt Okreku that if it's the obligation of criminals and murderers to give themselves to the law enforcement agencies, then the police will be paid for no work done. Secondly, since Kotoko have decided not to continue with any footballing activities until whatever they want is done for them, I think we should move on without them because as far as I can remember, football did not stop even after May 9. Prosper Domino. He sends another one and says, good day, Nathaniel. Coach Laryea Kingston was a fantastic player and now a great coach. I would, however, want to urge him to work on his temperament, which could really disadvantage him in future. I wish him the best in his career. Okay, thank you very much. This is from Prosper Domino in Dakuman in Accra. Okay, I'll do one more and then we carry on with some of the responses coming from him. Okay, so this message from Ajingo the man, it was talking about that he's talking about the way like Coach Laryea Kingston left the under 17 team. Now he says that we thought the decision was rushed, but then now that he's let the cat out of the bag, we now understand these is what they are going to do to destroy our football. Okay, thank you very much, Ajingo the man. So it's 055-11-11997, 055-11-11997. All right, so let's take them one after the other. Daniel Kofi Amwating wants you to advise your former captain and teammate Stephen Appiah and your childhood friend. Now he is on the Black Stars Management Committee. What advice would you give him regarding how he should contribute to efforts to make sure that we qualify for the next FIFA World Cup?
Yeah, thank you very much for this question. I think he's been there as a player, so during the games, you will know how the players will be feeling. So it's great. It's great to have someone like him there. We all know that the FA made a very good choice because he's been there as a captain, as a leader. That for me, I was privileged enough to be part of that group. The only advice I will give him is he should try to get close to the players more. Because for me, I think the players will listen to him. He should try to be close to them, and then give them the experiences, advice on the experiences that if he had during his playing days. He can put up stories. He can tell them stories about how we qualified for our first ever World Cup because it's very important. It was difficult. The road to qualification was very, very difficult. And make sure that the management will do the right thing that can motivate and encourage the boys. So for me, the advice is it should contribute more, but it shouldn't go there and be a spectator. That's the only thing I'll tell him. It should contribute more. It shouldn't be part of the management being a spectator, because I think Ghana respect him. The management of the FA have so much respect for him, and they know what he can contribute to our football. That's why they put him there. He should go in there and contribute more. It shouldn't be a spectator.
Great. So Stephen Appiah, go in there and contribute more. Don't just be a spectator. And Ghana knows what you've done. They know you've been in there before, and so share those rich experiences with the players. Okay, so 0302216541. 0302216541. 0302216541. Now 055-1111-997. These are the phone numbers. You can just hit your dial pads and get through to us, so you can place a few questions to our guest for this afternoon's show, Laryea Kingston, who's speaking to us here on the show from his base in Florida. Now, he is a head coach of the Rush Select Academy. He's focusing on developmental football. Laryea, tell me about the experience at the Rush Select Academy so far and the kind of challenge it has given you to develop further as a developmental coach.
Yeah, it's been great so far. It's been great from day one. I stepped my foot here. Um, the integration has been very smooth. Also, the academy is well organized. When you look at what they have here, we scout all over South America and then in Europe as well. So the boys have been very, very good. When I first came, we need to I need to come in and then restructure the way the academy works in terms of their style of play, in terms of managing the whole sporting department. I think it's my first time managing like big space, so it's a bit challenging. But thanks to Right to Dream Academy, I can't talk about these things without mentioning them. They helped me a lot, and then I look back and look at how my former boss at Right to Dream, the way he runs Right to Dream Academy. So with the experiences I had, I was working very close to him. So the way he manages the academy, I think gave me a clue about it. Eddie Mensah, if I have to mention his name, the way he manages, he does his things. I think I took that motivation from him. I think that helped me to run it. We have groups of 3, which is a gold group, which is the first team, which I coach direct. And then I oversee the silver group, which is my first assistant coach who takes care of it. And then we have bronze group, which is my second second assistant is managing it. Also, we have condition coach and all that, but I make sure I oversee the style of play, and then also working closely with the condition coach and see what the players need in terms of upper body, lower body, and all that. So so far so good. It's been very good. I came in. I started work last year August, and so far it's been good in terms of first 2 months was a bit difficult because now a new style of play, so the players find it difficult
To adjust.
To adjust.
Okay, Laryea, kindly hold on with the thought there. Let's just get a few callers, and then you'd continue with the experience so far at the Rush Select Academy. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Nat.
Good to have you on the show.
Yes. Laryea, you say you are coming back to Ghana. Yeah, I'm going to give you an advice I give to all my family people who are into sports. Please go where they are serious about what they are doing, okay? This country called Ghana is just about grammar and grammar and grammar. We have fine grammar. We have fine blueprints. As to doing the work from government to all the institutions, doing the actual work to develop the sports. That doesn't happen in this country. It's just fine grammar. So what are you coming to do in this system? How much effect can you even have? At the end of the day, the system, the people running the system, which is supposed to develop it and support you, bring in your experience, that same system will be fighting you. So what are you coming to do here? My brother, go where they take the thing serious and make your money. As much as you love it, make your money too. How much will Ghana give you? You'll be making the money in Ghana and what you will be making out there. And at the end of the day, the system will still be fighting you on top. So what are you coming to do here, bro? This part of being patriotism is also speaking real to the issues. That is part of being patriotism. You don't say you are patriotism when there's truth and you don't speak it. And this is a reality that we speak in this country. So, my brother, I beg you, reconsider this, okay? Maybe if tomorrow we see if it's happening, okay, if the transitioning is happening and the sport is developing, we will all see it. And then maybe if you consider to come, I'll say hallelujah. Because this time around, the people who are the decision makers, they you see that they are putting in the effort. They are not just speaking grammar, but they are putting in the effort. And we can all see that we are going somewhere. Then maybe if you say you are coming, I will agree. But right now, my brother, go and get the name for us. When they actually say you are Ghanaian, they will know that we have good people here. They should come and take the rest of them and take them away.
Thank you for that message right there. Let's go to our next caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. All right, okay, so we'll get back on the phone lines in a little bit. Well, so this is a caller who really has given up, on the Ghana football brand because of the recent events and all of that. And he says that he thinks you should stay right there where you are and develop your career and not, but before you come back to respond to that, let me just take a caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you. First of all, may I congratulate your man over there. Please, I want to know from Laryea Kingston what can be done to beat off all the corrupt people in GS, because they are the cause of the problem. They don't have this country at heart. All that they are all doing over there is to make money for themselves. 2, what can we do to stop exodus of Ghanaian talented footballers out of this country? They are not sure, they carry them away, and that's it. They go and kill their talents. What can be done?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Laryea, so it's a good time to respond to other messages that have come so far.
Yeah, for me, I'm getting emotional now with the way the callers are talking, because for me, they are Ghanaians and I think they deserve better. So there is no much I can say, but it's sad to listen to these words that a Ghanaian is telling a Ghanaian that wanted to come back and contribute, advising him that he shouldn't come because of what he's seeing happening around, and it's not good, it's not healthy. Like I mentioned earlier on, that it's not healthy. The environment is not healthy. That's why I left. So it's sad for me to hear a Ghanaian saying that. For me, I think it should be otherwise. We need to bring our best people to the country to come and help the country grow. Not only soccer. You can see all our best doctors running away to go to Europe. All our best nurses running away to go to Europe. So for me, it's something that we should, as a country, we need to help and grow it. That.
Very well. Thank you very much for that response as well. Let's get back on the phone lines. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Nath. I hope you're doing wonderful.
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Please go ahead.
Yeah, please, quick question. Is Laryea coming back to the scene? Because for me, I wish those guys he gathered can be brought back and played to different level so that in future you get a strong black side team. And one question is, how are we going to get a very good atmosphere for him and such young talent to come and build our football? What does he suggest? Because unhealthy environment is what we have been inheriting all this while, hence collapsing our football. This I want to say once again.
Thank you very much. So he talks about creating a healthy environment, and he wants to see you come back. He wants to see you come back and help. And you've also expressed that that desire to want to come back and help. Let's just take one more suggestion and one more caller, and then after that we come back for your response. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for joining us on the show. What's your name?
This is Bishop calling from Asentima.
Go ahead, Bishop.
Laryea, is he coming back?
Well, he has mentioned that. Yeah, he has mentioned that he would love to come back. Yeah.
Yes, it's just a rhetorical question. I know he wants to help Ghana. Is Ghana ready for citizens to put up their best so far as Ghana football is concerned? The individuals who are at the background, saying their management of football and what have you, have they stopped looking for well for themselves at the expense of improving on the past glories that Stephen Appiah, Abedipele, Essien, Tony Yeboah, and co have made for Ghana. Today we are living on past glories. And I mean, it is heartening to see Ghana not qualifying for African Cup of Nations. I'm a patriotic citizen. Yes, I'm still in Ghana. But he has gone to develop himself. He is come, he wants to contribute. If we don't take time, then he wouldn't be able to make the investment he has made in himself. Nobody contributed for his coaching career. But this is a citizen who thinks that he has to come and rebuild Ghana football. If they give him space and give him the environment to work, I think we'll all say hallelujah. But if they thwart his efforts, well, I think he'll be frustrated. To Stephen Appiah. So Stephen Appiah, who has been jilted by Ghana on 2 occasions, is still in the management thing. I think we still have good people in Ghana. We still have good people. Some people wouldn't do this. But let's pray for these good people to help to change situations in Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And that will take us to Laryea Kingston for his final thoughts and his final comments. Well, a few more calls. Laryea, your reaction to the messages that have come so far before our final question.
Yeah, for me, I think I appreciate everything that he's saying. You know, all I can tell them is, we all know it's going to be difficult, but we shouldn't stop pushing. We shouldn't stop fighting. I believe one day we will have people that understand that Ghana first, understands that Ghana first, that can bring our football to where it belongs. For me, I'm not going to give up. I will continue to develop myself, educate myself well. So anytime the country call upon me, I'll be ready to come and help. And I will urge the government to put their feet down. I know FIFA is against it, but they should use a diplomatic course to put their feet down. So that people will do the right thing.
Okay, this then falls into the last question I was going to ask. So this obviously will go through the sports minister, right? Because he is the representative of government. Okay, so to the new sports minister. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so for me, I think the government should put their feet down, not going in to fight the FA, because I think FIFA doesn't allow that. They should use their diplomatic powers to make sure the people running our football doing the right thing. You should check them now and then, not to give them all the 100% authority or power to do what they want. Because, we keep saying it. We keep saying it back and forth. We're going back and forth. The new people come saying, we're coming to change it. As soon as they get there, they feel too comfortable and then they forget it. Then they go back to square one. So for me, I'm urging the new government to put their feet down, put measures in place, and make sure people around the FA do the right thing. And I think that's going to help us. And for people that are disappointed that I said I'm coming back, I have to tell them that I'm a Ghanaian, and if I have the tools that I can come in and change something in my own small way, I'm always ready to come back and change it. I know it's going to be difficult, and we cannot give up. We still continue to push and make sure one day, one person will come in and then believe in what we are bringing on board, and they can give us the opportunity, help us to help the country achieve that.
Very profound thoughts from Laryea Kingston, who's now pursuing his career as a development coach in the United States of America. Our guest for this afternoon's Joy Sports Link. And his nickname is Sabato. Lai, before we go, where did Sabato come from? Can you briefly tell us over the next 1 minute before we wrap up?
Yeah, Sabato is, I took it from Abladekuma.
Oh, yeah. Abladekuma was also called Sabato. But what is the origin of that
Sabato.
Nickname? But what's
do you know the Sabato? You know what happened was, I played a coach team, Cowley Babies, and we trained at Art Center where Arts of Folk used to train.
Yeah.
And anytime the arts main team will come to training, we will be training already. And the arts fans started, they look at me and said, why is this small boy play like Abladekuma? He walks, he passes, and everything is like Abladekuma. So they started calling me Sabato. And I followed him throughout. Because of him, I go to Arts Center every day. I finished training, I stayed to watch him. I wanted to see the way he moves, the way he received the ball and all that. So that's how come I got the name Sabato. And I hold him close to my heart. I respect him a lot. Once a while, I meet him and then we hang out. So I really appreciate he blessed me with that name.
Sabato.
Nathaniel Attoh.
Charlie, thank you so much, Lai. And I know the weather is being very fair to you over there, so you don't have much of a problem.
Oh yeah. I was so lucky. I'm so lucky that this is my first time I'm working outside Ghana, and I'm lucky I have a very good weather. Mostly I wasn't lucky. I'm unlucky when it comes to that. I went to Russia, and then I'm coming down to the United Kingdom, and then they push me to where? Scotland, which is very, very cold as well. So now I'm lucky. I'm in Florida. The weather is nice. Even winter. Other states are full with snow. Over here is just, you feel cold. Yes, you wear one jacket, you are fine. Other part of United States, you need to dress like sausage before you come out. But anyway, but next week I'm off to European tour with a group.
Very well.
The Go team, which the players are, we're looking forward to that tournament. We're going to Croatia, play 2 friendly matches there. Hungary, play with the U19s. 2 friendly matches, and then we have a tournament in Italy, Rome.
Okay.
Tournament in Italy, Rome. We'll have at least 5 games in the tournament. If that's when we get to the final.
Wow.
5 games, and then we're back to Miami again. So for me, I think it's been very good, and I'm happy here at the moment. I'm working with lovely people. The kids are responding to education very well. And the first team, which is the Go team, now I'm happy. You can see the handwriting that the U17s were doing. You can see it on them. They are doing so well. I love them so much, and they also hold me in the highest team. So we are a very good group. We're looking forward. I'm looking forward by 1 or 2 years. Already, I have like 4 teams, 2 in Europe and 1 in MLS, chasing. Some of my boys already, so it looks good here.
Amazing stuff. Lai, have a wonderful time. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. We wish you well for all these select tournaments that you're going to play, and we sure are going to have another conversation again. All the best to you, and thank you so much for your time.
Thanks everyone. Bye. Enjoy the weekend.
99.7 FM. Joy 99.7 FM.
So this has been the sporting story here on the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM. I would like to once again say big shouts to Captain Prince Kofi Amoabing. Today is his birthday, and also he launched his book last night. The 3rd volume of his series of books. Congratulations to you, Captain Prince Kofi Amoabing. He calls me my MC. Captain, big salutes to you once again. And of course, happy birthday to Rosalind Felly. Rosalind Felly is one of our hosts of Prime Morning on Joy Prime. Happy blessed birthday to you. Have a wonderful time and enjoy this lovely day. Okay, so that's it for the show for this afternoon. Thank you all so much for listening and contributing to the show as well from different parts of the world. We will be back next weekend with another must-listen to Joy Sports link. Continue to log on to the sports page of myjoyonline.com for more. Thank you is what I say to all of my producers, led by Benaya Elom Dafiamekpo. Coming up is the highest paid DJ in this side of town, Mr. Ba. And of course, Kwame Dazi takes over your radio and brings you the most relevant conversations in the arts and entertainment industry over the next 3 hours. Thank you so much. Big salutes to all of you. I love you all. My name is Nathaniel Attoh, and I have love for sport.